everybody, it's Jo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm just sharing with you some work that I've been doing for Couture Creations. So some of you may know I used to design for Couture Creations a little while ago now. I was on their team for a few years. It was actually the first team that I have, design team that I've been a part of, and it was probably one of the best things I've ever done, trying out for a design team. They were a terrific team to work for. I was given a lot of opportunities for them as well. And even though I don't create on a regular basis for them anymore, every now and again they will ask me to have a bit of a play with a new collection that's coming out. So this new collection they're releasing, and I think it's on the shelves now, is called Sunburnt Country. Very Australiana themed. Which at first I thought, oh, I don't know if I can work with that. But once I got it in my hands, I had an absolute ball playing with it. So I created a couple of layouts and some cards, and I thought I would just share them with you today and just tell you a little bit about how I created them. So these are my cards. I think I've got about 6 or 7 cards here to share. This is the first one. So this is the little kookaburra die. So I paper pieced him. I cut him out a couple of times out of the pattern paper, and I put his middle back in, so to speak. These are the papers in the 6x6 paper pad. So this one had a map of Australia on, which I thought was really cool for all those trips that you do around Australia for your scrapbooking photos. And this one here, this is an older die. I think from memory it was released earlier in the year, and I'm pretty sure it is still available. It may even have been late last year, but I am pretty sure that it's available. I will put the Couture Creations web address in the block bit below if you're interested at all. So that was my first card. This one here I kept really simple. This was just another one of the mini dies, and again papers from the 6x6 paper pad. This paper is really pretty. I really like these. Are they proteas, I think? Maybe. I'm not a gardener, but I think they're proteas. These, again, these little dies, the same with the kookaburra one, they're mini dies. So they have a really good price point. I think they retail here in Australia for around $4.50. I think $4.50, $5. And they're just really versatile. Again, I've used that little birthday wishes die as well. This one I've cut out, I did it with the butterfly one, not butterfly, the kookaburra one as well. I cut them out 3 times and I stacked them up, and then I used the card deco inks that Couture have released just to colour them. So that was that one. This one here, this is part of a 2-piece set. So it comes with, let's see, this Australia and this, what would you call it? It's like a decorative border, I suppose. They are actually hot foil stamps. I didn't use them as hot foil stamps because I have a machine, but I'm too lazy to pull it out. So I actually just used it normally. So this is just gold ink that I've put over the top of the hot foil stamp and then run it through my machine. This one here, you can see it's got a slight colour. I actually ran it through twice, and I used the second impression rather than the first impression, so it was just what was left on the hot foil stamp. Again, that's another one of those little mini die sentiments, which I'm sure is still available. And I don't know if you can see the colour of this die cut. I cut that out 3 times and stacked it up, but I used the card deco inks. Let me see if I can find them. Let's see, I haven't got the right colour, but you'll get the idea. So these are like the little card deco inks. This one's pigment ink, and it was called Golden Black. So it was black base, but it had gold undertones in it, and you can just see the gold through it. Really cool colour. One that's a really good one to have in your stash. This one here has a little map on of Australia, and it even includes Tasmania. How cool. And it came with a little kangaroo, and I thought he was really sweet too. So I cut them out from cardstock, and then I cut them out from paper and layered the paper over the top. Another piece of some of the really pretty papers that are in the paper packs. These ones are mini stamps, and the mini stamps, again, they have another really good price point too. They're only, I think, about retail about $3. Don't quote me because it may vary a little bit, but they're around the $3 mark. So all I've done here is I've stamped him out, and I've just coloured again with the Card Deco inks as well, just to add a little bit of colour. And again, there's another one of those mini sentiment die cuts. This one here is another hot foil stamp. Again, I haven't used it as a hot foil stamp. I have used it as a normal stamp, inked it up with the gold Card Deco inks, and then ran it through my machine. And there's another one of those mini sentiment dies. And here's another one of the mini stamps. So this one here, again, I've coloured with the Card Deco inks, and I have added some of the Crystalina Glitz and Glamour over the top, just for a bit of sparkle, and some more of that wattle paper as well. So they were my cards that I made, and then I moved on to some scrapbooking pages. So this one here obviously it's quite self-explanatory. It's a photo of my eldest boy. He did the Sydney Harbour Bridge climb to the top, and I wanted to do something for him to document it. He probably won't appreciate it now because he's still quite young, but later on he probably will. So I made it a smaller size so I can just put it in an easy to find frame, and he can either have it somewhere in his house. So I've used the papers here. These were all from the 6x6 pad. I have also used the mini stamp, and again added a little bit of colour. Did fussy cut out some of those proteas. Are they proteas? Let's just call them proteas. I did fussy cut some of those out. Again, I thought this was a really cool idea. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, we're out of focus. Again, it's a little piece of that paper that had the map of Australia on. So I've cut it out so that I've got Australia going across that die cut here. And then I've stuck another one of the mini dies adventure over the top. How cool was that? Perfect. So again, that was another little of the mini stamps. And again, I don't know if you can see that, some of that golden black pigment Card Deco ink. It's really cool, really like it. And again, another one of the mini dies as well. So that was that one. And this one here, these photos were taken at the Mullaney Bird Park in Sunshine Coast, I think it is, in Queensland. So these little birds were perfect for this page. Again, this was just a 6x6 paper pad that I used. So I actually just joined it across the bottom here and then fussy cut out the birds so you can't see the joint in the paper. And then I've just layered up some papers underneath. You can see this hot foil stamp that I've just tucked underneath here. I've used quite a few of these little mini die cuts. I think, again, oh man, I'm useless when it comes to plants. Are they wattles? I don't know, eucalyptus, I have no idea, but that's what I've used. This one here has a little mini stamp of Australia, and it's got all like Australian sayings over it, but it fits the little Australian die cut perfectly, so I can stamp and then die cut it out as well. I've stamped it with the adventure stamp. This is another little die cut that came in the collection as well. It is a little dragonfly. So I've die cut that twice, but I have covered the top of it again with those Card Deco inks. And this is one of the Couture Creations chipboard bird cages. Again, that's been coloured with the Card Deco inks. And a couple of blossoms and done. So I actually really surprised myself. Love playing with this collection. Really cool stuff in it. If you get a chance, have a look. It's available now at all scrapbooking, well, should be available at most scrapbooking stores. Otherwise, I will leave the link for Couture below, and you can perhaps contact them and they can let you know where your closest retailer is. Thanks so much for stopping by. I've jabbered on for a little bit too long. I've been super excited about all of this. But I will see you soon. Bye.